currently going around the area right now, Gay Dolphin, and that's not the area. We're currently going around Myrtle, and it's just like, we love it so much. However, I accidentally threw out my medication when I was frantically cleaning.
Oh my Lord.
So I'm currently off my medication right now, both of them, before I can get it refilled.
One frantic cleaning spree, 2 prescriptions in the trash, and suddenly Baylen's big independence experiment looked a lot less independent. While driving around Myrtle Beach with Colin, Baylen casually revealed that she had accidentally thrown away both of the medications she takes every day. Worse, she was already out. The refill date had not arrived, and her original plan seemed to be simply going several days without them. That was the moment the entire mood changed. Baylen looked worried, but almost strangely resigned, as though the missing medication was an inconvenient travel problem rather than something requiring immediate action. Colin's reaction was basically shock. He called out her name, followed by an exasperated "oh my Lord," but he did not appear to offer much of an actual solution, and that detail did not escape the viewers. Baylen eventually called her mother, Julie, who immediately asked the obvious question: why not contact her doctor and have an emergency prescription sent to a pharmacy in Myrtle Beach? That solution sounds simple when Julie says it, but the bigger issue is that neither Baylen nor Colin appeared to reach it before calling Mom. Hold on to that thought, because this scene was never only about medicine. It was really about the uncomfortable gap between wanting independence and being prepared for independence. Julie was clearly alarmed. In her confessional, she questioned how Baylen could realistically believe that going several days without medication was acceptable. On the phone, she pushed Baylen to contact her doctor, explained that abruptly stopping could have serious consequences, and reminded her that she was not stranded somewhere without access to medical care. She was in Myrtle Beach, surrounded by pharmacies. Baylen then admitted that her doctor had already suggested looking into a local pharmacy. She acknowledged that it could be really smart. Could be? That tiny phrase probably frustrated viewers more than the original mistake. The solution was already sitting there, yet it still took Julie stepping in for Baylen to treat it like a priority. Now, accidentally throwing medication away can happen. People lose prescriptions, luggage disappears, bottles get packed into the wrong bag, and replacing medication early is not always as effortless as social media makes it sound. Insurance restrictions, controlled prescriptions, refill limits, and pharmacy policies can complicate everything. So the mistake itself is not the scandal. The red flag is what happened after the mistake. Baylen knew the medication was gone before the trip continued. Instead of immediately calling her doctor, contacting her pharmacy, or making an emergency plan, she appeared willing to wait and see what happened. That is where viewers started questioning whether this was forgetfulness or a pattern of assuming somebody else would eventually take over. The comment section became brutal. Many people argued that Baylen is old enough to travel, live independently, plan a wedding, and talk about building a future. Therefore, she should also be able to manage her prescriptions. Others accused Julie of doing too much for her. Others said the scene proved exactly why Julie struggles to step back. But here's the complicated part. Julie cannot be criticized for hovering while simultaneously being blamed whenever Baylen fails to handle something herself. That's the trap this family keeps falling into. Julie wants Baylen to become independent, but when a serious problem appears, Julie jumps in because she doesn't trust Baylen to resolve it quickly. Baylen then receives the help she needs, but she loses another opportunity to prove that she can manage the crisis herself. The cycle keeps reinforcing itself. And then there's Colin. Several viewers wondered why he seemed just as confused as Baylen. Others defended him, pointing out that remembering Baylen's medication is not automatically his responsibility. That's absolutely fair. Colin should not become a replacement parent, but a life partner is supposed to be part of the emergency response team. He didn't need to manage Baylen's medication for her. He could have said, "Let's call the doctor now. I'll find the nearest pharmacy." Instead, his visible frustration made him seem overwhelmed by the problem rather than ready to help solve it. That does not make him uncaring. It may simply show that both of them are still learning what adult partnership actually requires. Love is the easy part. The harder test is what happens when somebody loses medication, misses a payment, faces a medical emergency, or makes a mistake that cannot be fixed with reassurance alone. Some viewers also offered a more compassionate perspective. They explained that a person can be intelligent and responsible while still struggling with executive functioning, especially under stress. Knowing a solution exists is not always the same as being able to organize the steps needed to reach it. That context matters. Baylen's neurological challenges should not be used as an excuse to insult her or question the legitimacy of her condition. Some comments crossed that line completely, but compassion and accountability can exist at the same time. Baylen may need more support than another person her age. She also needs systems that reduce the chance of this happening again. A packing checklist, an emergency supply when medically permitted, medications stored away before frantic cleaning begins, pharmacy information saved in her phone, a plan created before traveling. Real independence doesn't mean never needing help. It means knowing when help is needed and taking action before the situation becomes a crisis. Julie may have saved the day, but she also unintentionally exposed the central tension in Baylen's life. Baylen wants everyone to trust that she is ready to build an adult future, while moments like this give her family reasons to remain nervous. And maybe that's why this scene hit such a nerve. Viewers weren't really arguing about one prescription refill. They were debating whether Baylen is being protected, enabled, unfairly judged, or somehow all three at once. So, where do you stand? Was Julie right to step in immediately, or should she have forced Baylen and Colin to solve the problem without her? And Colin, did he freeze under pressure, or are viewers expecting him to take responsibility for something that belongs to Baylen? Drop your take in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to Truth Talk Tribe for more reality television drama without the sugarcoating.